Hello and welcome to the Zone Weekly. This is the week of April 14th, 2023. Gonna keep this relatively tight today and short, sweet and to the point. Weekly TVL growth is 6.1%. That's a total value locked. If you don't know, that is the value in zones that are locked in the system. It's a representative of how many zones have been created, but more importantly, what is the value in those zones that have been created, right? So this is your weekly growth of 6.1%, which is sort of in line with what we've seen, especially when you compare that to the weekly zone growth, which are kind of one and the same number. They're just two different ways of measuring kind of roughly the same thing. We're looking at 4.2% weekly zone growth. And again, that's in line with a very healthy, sustainable and steady growth rate that we've been seeing in XETA thus far. We do have breakout weeks in zone growth over time, but relatively speaking, 4.2%, 5%, anywhere from 3 to 6% really is kind of on average of what we've been seeing. Here's some really cool numbers, guys. So token buybacks via services. These are the buybacks performed on pools. I mean, technically, in addition to this would be blue chip, but of course there wasn't a significant amount of volume, hence the reason that that service was discontinued for now. But this also includes lakes. $8.1 million in buybacks for services. This is, again, us using profits to buy back your tokens. Now, in most cases, you have a lot of projects that had $8.1 million sit in front of them. I really don't think they'd be giving that back to their community. XETA Capital, we do give that back to our community. It's part of the utility and part of the promise made to the utility and to the community. But $8.1 million in buybacks, lakes, pools, and of course, previously blue chip as well. And it's not even counting the open market DEX buybacks. It's not counting the OTC buybacks. That number would add another, I believe, a couple million to this. So you'd probably be looking at anywhere from 9.5 to a little over 10 million if you were to account for everything, which is just an unbelievably mind-boggling number. We typically see projects that might come in with $10,000 or $15,000 as a buyback. That is typically considered high for DeFi and crypto, but over here, that's kind of a warm-up, as you well know. It's part of the utility, is part of the promise, and is part of the differentiator that makes XETA Capital unique and different. Total OTC volume, we surpassed not just 4 million, we're already over 4.3 million. Total volume since launching the OTC service in late December. So this is like 3.5 months. $4.3 million, and the average daily volume is just under $54,000. Now, we did have an increase of $800,000 since the last Zone Weekly update that I did, actually, which was 2 weeks ago. So $800,000 over a 2-week period. The law of averages would say that's over $57,000. So in all likelihood, we are going to see this $53,000 number on a daily average continue to trend up in the next week, 2 weeks, and beyond. We have some exciting updates for OTC coming. What will happen is, you guys have probably noticed, you've been in XETA long enough, XETA Blue, that is that oftentimes we go through periods of tons of updates, tons of innovation, tons of just things, lakes and tiers of HFT pools and all sorts of stuff, OTC, and it all kind of comes at you like within like a month, right? And then we have periods where it's like, okay, a month goes by and we're chugging along, got our utility, got our lakes, got our pools, got our OTC, just running like a well-oiled machine. And you don't see like a ton of like new stuff, right? Don't mistake that for inaction. We actually have a lot of fun stuff coming, a lot of really exciting. I think you guys are going to love what we have coming very, very, very soon. Maybe within a week, maybe a little less. I don't want to promise, but anyway, very soon we've got stuff we are working on with pools and lakes and OTC. I think you're going to find it very, very exciting. I'm chomping a bit to share it, but I can't, so get in trouble. But just keep in mind that we've got some innovation, some really, really cool, fun stuff coming. I think you guys are going to really, really love. Let's keep your eye out for that. We also have HFT profit payouts. This is $634,000. This number is a combination of the pools and the lakes. It's not including the upcoming lake airdrops. This is the last previous lake airdrop at the end of March, in addition to the HFT payouts that have already been processed. Now we do have a number of payouts that haven't been processed. That number is creeping up to 1 million, but until they're actually processed, I just don't like to include it in the number. Just know that this is the most conservative number because this is what has already actually been paid out thus far. So of this, $531,000 of the 634 is from pools alone. And of course, you can look up the lake number, which is over $100,000 in of itself. We have some fun stuff also coming, just to give a brief update shortly, which is going to include financial reports that I know you guys have been asking for. Appreciate your patience. I'll do my best to try to get them out a little bit faster moving forward. They have a Q4 and a Q1 reports coming out soon. Give me just a couple days. I'm trying to put them together. Just got a lot of stuff going on, so I do appreciate your patience. I'll be getting that HFT audit out today, April 14th. Me and Gavin showed it last Saturday during our final live stream. Thank you for tuning into those live streams, by the way. We're going to do more of them. I'm going to do more of them. But that was more of like a, hey, let's celebrate the IPO. Let's get together. 3 live streams within a week. I love hanging out with you guys. It's very exciting. And even over Easter weekend, that was pretty incredible that you guys had that many people tuned in during the holidays. So I appreciate that when you could be spending time with your family. So more on that coming soon. We've got some more updates for the IPO coming soon that we will be sharing. And I'm currently working on a merchandise store. This has been something that you guys have been asking for. We want shirts, we want hats, we want, I don't know, mugs, we want jackets, maybe not jackets as we're coming up on the springtime now, but we want merchandise. That's what you guys have been asking for. Actually, since the inception of XETA, surprisingly, we'd actually discussed a merchandise store early on, figured, yeah, people are more interested in participating and, actually using the utility and all that kind of stuff. But then it turns out, no, you guys really, really do want a merchandise store. So I'm working on that. We'll have a whole bunch of different designs and just a whole bunch of fun stuff. Very excited for that. So don't expect it like right away, but it should be, relatively soon. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, so I try to work on it as much as I can when time allows. Really do appreciate you guys tuning in. This is the Zone Weekly, April 14th, 2023. Just to kind of summarize the numbers again, $634,000 in total HFT payouts, including lakes and pools, $530,000 of that just from pools. A little over 4% in weekly zone growth. Very sustainable, very realistic, very healthy for any business, even a crypto business. Because remember, we're not just a project, we are a real business and operate like a real business. Token buybacks via utility, lakes, pools, blue chip, over $8 million, not including the OTC buybacks and DEX buybacks as well. Weekly TVL growth is 6.1%, total value locked in relative terms of zones. Just under a hair under 54,000 in daily OTC volume and 4.3 million, we're over 4.3 million already in total OTC volume, which is just an astounding number. It shows that we make money, we provide the utility, and that provides the demand that you guys want. So the entire system is working exactly as designed, beautifully like an orchestra with a conductor and everybody working in sync, and the entire system working like a well-oiled machine. Again, this is the Zone Weekly, April 14th, 2023. Expect some exciting updates to come soon. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take care and God bless. Thanks a lot.